Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a game called Dispatch. You're probably wondering to yourself, Phil, I know you deal in like a lot of filler content and padding things out, but you're really just going to start here in the file directory? Yes, I am, because this game is one of the coolest startups I've ever seen in my life. That is brilliant. I've never seen any game do that before, and that is brilliant. I don't know if I'm going to like this game, because I already know that I love this game. This game uses voice recognition and directional audio. What? Oh. Is this game going to tap into my microphone? This is always a problem. This is always a problem. Right, I'm going to put that up a little bit, as ever, because these recordings come out darker than they should. Right. Or at least they seem darker than they should. I don't know. They seem fine in the editor, and then they don't seem fine elsewhere. I don't know. I don't understand these things. Anyway, this game looks cool. This game is called... This game is called Dispatch, and yeah, it's apparently about a, like you're a 911 call center person, and you have to take some really freaky calls. And up here behind my camera, you can't see this, let me quickly move this for you. It shows tomorrow morning's date. It's currently the 23rd of June, 2021, when I'm recording this, so that's showing it in the morning, so that's like tomorrow morning, some horrible thing is going to go down. What's the password going to be? I don't know what the password is. It doesn't want the password to my computer, does it? Because I ain't putting that in. Oh. Hello?
Hey there, son. I noticed that you haven't been filling out the reports on the calls you've been doing recently. Listen, I know that you must be pretty torn up about what happened, and like I said to you before, this isn't on you. No one's blaming you. He shouldn't have gone in the way he did. He should have waited for the right people to come and, like I said, no one's blaming you for that. Now, just don't stay in all night again and just fill out the reports on your calls, okay? I hope you feel better soon. I'll keep in touch.
Thank you. You sound like a very nice chief. Thank you very much. Okay, so something has clearly gone horrifyingly wrong. Oh, I've got a swivelly chair. Oh, gosh. If I could just get a job with a swivelly chair, I would be content for the rest of my life. Hello.
We need an ambulance, quick!
Right. I'll send one now. What's wrong?
He's going to die! Oh God, how could I let this happen?
Who?
Gus is...
Okay, good. What's gone wrong? What's
a
happening
whole
to him?
Snickers bar.
Is he lactose intolerant? No. I mean,
Dogs
that's
aren't
milk.
supposed to have chocolate, are they?
Oh, it's a dog. I thought this was an animal. Right. I'll call a vet. I'll call the vet. I don't know how to call a vet. How do I call a vet? On-duty units, assigned units, active units. How do I do any of this stuff? Can I call somebody here? Severe, minor, major. Is this the report? How do I call people? Emergency. Cat stuck up a tree. No, it's not really a major emergency. Dying dog. I don't know. How do I dispatch an ambulance? How do I do this? I don't understand. People really need to explain these things to me. I'm clicking on all these things and nothing's happening. Oh gosh. Maybe I need to do this. Emergency. Dog eaten chocolate. That's not how you spell it. That's probably not how you spell it either, but we're going to do that anyway. Submitted successfully. Okay, so do I just need to do the report? Do I not need to actually send units out? Or could I not send units out for that because it wasn't the right sort of call? Oh goodness, hello, how are you today?
I was beginning to think I would never get an answer.
This is 911, can I help you?
That wasn't much of an apology.
What's the emergency?
I am being forced out of the shop unwillingly. I
Oh,
am a
gosh.
paying customer and you cannot force me to leave.
Yes, they can. Kitty I hate to be like the bearer of bad news. This is tapping into my microphone, isn't it? Yeah, those audio levels are bouncing, highly in sync with how OBS's audio levels are bouncing. So I don't know if you can hear this, madam, but, madam, you need to leave right now.
How dare you? You sound just like my ex-husband.
Maybe I am your ex-husband. I can't help you. Leave the premises. Get off the line.
Pulling your manager first thing in the morning.
I bet I can guarantee I know what name this woman has. If Reddit has taught me anything, it's taught me that. Honestly. The 911 dispatchers actually have to deal with this kind of thing? Minor, it wasn't even that. It wasn't even that. It was just some moron being an ass. That's what it was. There was nothing else. Your fault. Oh dear, it seems somebody's disagreeing with me. Or disagreeing with the good chief. Oh dear. Presumably I didn't write that since it doesn't say my fault. Hello, how can I help you? You seem highly calm about that. This seems really quiet. I'm going to put the volume right up for you. Because it seems like monstrously quiet. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, you don't seem to mind, but what's your address, please? I need to click back in the game, don't I? That would probably help.
It's 54 Raymond Street.
Do you know who they are?
It's got to be my ex-husband.
And what is he doing?
He's been banging on the windows and calling out for me. He's not allowed to be here.
I see, he's violating his restraining order, is he? Is he being threatening?
He's trying all the doors and asking to see her.
See who? His daughter?
Sophie? She's our daughter.
Had a
She
funny
lives with
feeling.
me. He gets visits.
I see. I'll get a unit there to calm things down. Yeah, this seems like a good idea.
Oh,
Like...
no! He's broken in. Tell him to hurry.
Unit is on its way, and I think I need one myself. I'm an American policeman, don't have a gun. What? Oh, why I can't lie to her? That's not what a policeman's job is. I don't want to tell her to confront him either. ETA 9 minutes. Well, step on it, people.
I'm going to give the phone to my daughter and try to talk to him.
Just lock the doors and stay inside, woman. Everything will be fine. Just batten down the hatches, get in the basement, get a poker, and just stay there. Yeah, if he's aggressive, leave.
He won't stop until he finds her.
This is a difficult job. Just keep him outside. Just keep him outside. Make sure you just keep him outside. I would be terrible at this job. Everyone would die.
Hello?
Hi. You alright?
My mom said I needed to talk to you. What's going on?
I need you to stay right where you are.
Dad is here? He said he was gonna come last week, but he didn't.
Yeah. I don't really want to get into the whys of all this, but the alternative is worse.
Sure. He used to live here, but he would shout a lot. Sometimes I think it was because of me.
I'm sure it wasn't. I'm absolutely convinced, my little friend, that it wasn't. I probably shouldn't be referring to a small child as my little friend, should I? That sounds really rather creepy. It's better he's somewhere else now. No more fighting. How is this ETA not gone down yet? They've been travelling for like 4 minutes.
Oh no, they're shouting again.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Where in the house are you?
I'm downstairs in the living room.
Do you have like a basement or a cupboard or something? Yeah, it might be better if you go into your room.
Why? Why can't they just stop fighting?
I've been asking myself that question for decades, but I haven't quite got the answer yet. No, not because you're there. Honestly, that's a terrible thing to say. You just need to go upstairs. You'll be safer there. Go to the bathroom. There's probably a lock on that door.
My room.
Sophie!
Come here, you.
Oh well.
Stop it, let her go.
Oh gosh, now I've screwed everything up. You left the front door open? Come on, people. Oh gosh, this is like a major thing. Can we not get some more people involved in this? Seriously, I get the distinct impression somebody's coming to kill me in a minute. But given my performance on this job, I'm not going to entirely blame them. Oh gosh. Are you alright?
My dad just... My mommy... Mom!
I don't care what is going on what, not that. I don't care what's going on Clay Street, and I don't care what's going on in this office. I do not care. Just get this unit to Ray Street or wherever under the sun this horror is going down right now.
Yes, he pushed her, and now she's bleeding.
For crying out loud, I could have unicycled to this house faster than these cops are getting there. Seriously, I thought Americans all drove Corvettes and Dodge Vipers and stuff.
He's downstairs. I've been into my room. I can hear him breaking things.
Oh gosh, do you have a lock on the door?
No, but I could put a chair in front of it. Mom did it once.
Yes. It won't be long until help arrives now.
I can smell burning.
Oh no. Oh gosh, this is horrible. Mate, do you mind?
I think he's upstairs.
I'm kind of dealing with a crisis here. Oh gosh.
All right, I'll try. I'm putting the phone down.
So, are you in there?
I have never met a group of more incompetent drivers in my life. Seriously.
Sorry. Please come out.
What are you doing? Waiting at lights? I don't care if there's a granny in the road. Seriously, 890B, get on with it. What is going on in this office?
Do you think he's gone?
No.
Smoke is getting really bad.
Look, I don't...
I can't get out of here on my own. Please tell him to help.
Dispatch, this is Unit 8908 approaching the property now. We need fire services here ASAP. It's pretty bad. Looks like it started on the first floor. Where's the kid?
She's in her bedroom.
We might be able to get in and out in time if we knew which room she was in.
I just told you. Go to the window and open it and shout.
No, there's too much smoke.
If you open the window, there'll be less smoke. Oh, gosh. Help me figure out where you are, please. Trust me.
Okay. I'm going to do it.
Just don't fall out.
I see her. Stay there, kid. We're coming.
This is harrowing. Well, come on. I need to know. It's like my own child. Oh. Oh, my
Come
foot.
here, kid. I got you. It's all right. We're getting out of here.
Excuse me? Oh, I'm going with you, am I? Okay, can we see a podiatrist on the way? Because I think I've broken half my foot. Did I, is that the end of the game? Or did I screw something up? Ow, my foot. Ow, 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 ow. That was absolutely horrific. Wow. Well done to the voice actors, particularly the voice actor of the little girl, because that was incredibly believable, and that was absolutely harrowing. I have a newfound appreciation for emergency call centre workers. Inspired by my final call as a police dispatcher has scared me. Oh gosh, please tell me that isn't. Please tell me that was not a reenactment of a real call. That is horrific. Okay, my giddy aunt. I have no idea if there's any way of getting like a different ending or anything. Whether it's possible to. Out of interest, were there audio levels? Like, oh, that explains a lot. You were using the wrong microphone the entire time. How does the voice recognition work anyway? What? If the window doesn't close automatically, try... Say this phrase. My microphone works so close to this window. If the window doesn't close automatically, try setting the default communications device in your window. So can you, like... Because I feel like I really should have been given some explanation about how you play the game. Is it like a Five Nights at Freddy's thing? You're supposed to, like, monitor, like, open windows and doors and things like that, while at the same time managing the calls? Is that the idea? Were there, like, more calls to hear? Because, frankly, I'm not sure my heart can take any more at this point. But, my word. That was horrific. Well done to the writers, particularly well done to the voice actors, especially that little girl. I blame this I blame it partially on myself for making lots of stupid decisions, but also I blame it quite heavily upon the police officers who decided to drive at about 2 miles an hour. Maybe they were about 17 miles away, but I somehow doubt that they were. Seriously, drive fast. But, yeah, maybe there's more to this game, or maybe there isn't. I am not sure. But what I have seen has been incredibly impressive and incredibly... Well, heartfelt sounds far too positive a way of describing it. But, yes, that was Dispatch. That was very impressive. Hope you've enjoyed it. Let's play something else. The Monster Inside an Audio-Visual Novel. My head pounded. Ears still ringing slightly. Some of the worst nightmares I've had in years left me feeling like I'd been punched in the jaw. But just like any other day, I dragged myself to the office. There was another notice on the door from Mayor Venetti's office. Permits out of date. They didn't like me much and were trying to drown me in paperwork. It was a slow month. Weeks since I'd had any real case to work on, so I passed the time pacing the office, smoking and staring at the mirror in the corner, safely covered by an old bag sheet. I don't dare look at my own reflection. I'm too afraid of what I might see, afraid someday I may have to face what I really am. The girl came in so quietly, I nearly choked on my cigarette. Mister, please, you've got to help me, mister. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to, what seemed to be a cross between LA Noire and a visual novel. It has this sort of unusual monochrome noir setup and visuals, and I believe there's some choices in it you can make, which have impacts. I don't know whether that involves figuring out who the criminal is, in which case I'm probably going to choose the wrong person time and time again. But let's see. Calm down. Sit and talk slowly. Okay, thanks. It's just no one will ever listen to me. Just tell me your tale. I'm listening. She eyed me with just a dash of suspicion as I tossed my hand back full of pills and chased them with a swig of whiskey. I could tell this might take a while. Her name was Lily. She told me she was his mistress. The man all over the newspapers. The infamous banker, Mr. Reginald Farnsworth. Mr. Farnsworth was a drunk, philandering bastard, but the girl seemed genuinely concerned that he had recently gone missing. Less concerned about the fact that Mr. Farnsworth's wife had just turned up dead in Central Park 2 nights ago. You don't understand. He just couldn't have done it. He hated his wife, but he couldn't have killed her. Everyone thinks it was him, and no one believes me. He's got to be in trouble. I ain't saying I believe you, but what makes you think he's in danger? Guess it's pretty simple to me. I mean, yeah, what gives you the motivation to think he's in danger? Well, Jack. Just call me Jack. Whoever did that to his wife must have been the one who took him. He would never have left without me. He promised me. I'm sure Mr. Farnsworth promised this poor girl a lot of things. I'm sure he promised his wife many, many similar things before he started the adultery. but never mind. Please, the cops won't listen to me, and they want to bring him in on charges. You've got to prove it wasn't him before they find him. Honestly, I doubt they are in too much of a hurry. Farnsworth had practically the entire police force in his deep pockets, probably why they haven't found much yet. If they found him and brought him in, it would be due to public pressure. Sometimes a mob with pitchforks is more dangerous than one man with a lot of money. You've got my curiosity, but you might not like what I find. I can help you. I'll get to the bottom of this. Don't worry now. Well, nothing ever goes right in a noir film, so I think we should go with the, things ain't gonna go well. Thank you. But please, be careful. I don't want this to be just any murder or kidnapper. I think it might be... I think it was... a beast. Beast? Odd choice of words. The words struck me funny. Like when you jar your elbow on a hard corner. That's not inaccurate. Not a word many people use these days, except in hushed whispers and bedtimes, stories for children. Oh, they were real enough, all right. They just got better at hiding, controlling their unseemly urges. But I hadn't seen any monsters in nearly 15 years, back when I was still a cop myself. Well, that's definitely an interesting theory. So is beast like some sort of general terminology for a local type of inhabitant or something? Interesting. I can help you, we'll get to the bottom of this, don't worry. Leave the detective work to me, let's not jump to any conclusions. I mean, I wanna know more about what these beasts are. I just have a feeling about it. Something tells me you can get to the bottom of it. You're good at this sort of thing. I am, aren't I? I'm absolutely brilliant. Sure, can't you see just how overloaded with cases I am? I've got the grand total of nothing on my desk. I don't even know why I have these 3 cabinets. I have to sell them for rent in a minute. I replied a little too harshly. Sarcasm isn't my strong suit. I reassured her some more and sent her on her way. I didn't want to scare her, but I warned her before she left to keep her doors locked and call me if she saw anything suspicious. I don't know if she was any danger herself, but better to be safe than sorry. And I mean, if she dies, then, you know, I'm not going to have anyone to pay my detective bill. That night, I made my way down to Central Park. It was a long shot, but maybe there was something there that the cops had missed. Next chapter. Complete chapter 1. I think there's 7 chapters, and since that one was only about 5 minutes long, I'm probably guessing it's maybe about, 40-45 minutes. The scene was already picked clean by the cops days ago, but I got a knack for seeing things others overlook. So is this where the wife died? She must have been one heck of a dancer. A knack. More of a symptom of a condition, to be clear. Others, less useful symptoms I kept in check, but for the time being, my keen sense of smell would come in handy. It was faint, but I could smell it before I even approached the police line. The scent was less a thing and more of an emotion. Seduction. A strangely familiar smell. I expected the scent of trepidation, or maybe even outright fear, but Mrs. Farnsworth seemed to have been at the height of pleasure when she left this world. Brought a new meaning to a crime of passion. Pushing the thought from my mind, it was time to get down to business. Investigate the scene. Oh, so I am actually supposed to do something. What's this, a watch? Muddy footprints everywhere. I wouldn't be a very good cop, would I, if I can't tell the difference in a footprint and a watch. Difficult to pick out anything from these prints. The cops left behind in their haste. The cops don't wear 2,000 pairs of Carquinos. I'm going to assume that's a brand of shoes I've never heard of. It looks like Mr. Farnsworth was there that night and walked away on his own 2 feet. What are these scratch marks? A burn mark. I'm really not very good at identifying things, am I? I need to clean my glasses. A burn mark on a nearby tree caught my eye. I ran my finger along its length and felt a chill down my spine. This wasn't just any burn mark. This was the mark of ancient magic. It's doubtful the cops would have picked up on it. Could Lily have been right? Could something unnatural be at play here? Oh, so we're going in for a little bit of science fiction. Cute. But I was no stranger to the strange. After looking around a while longer, I realized the park had given up all it was hiding from me, so I trudged back to my apartment, and my head hit the pillow like it owed me money. The next morning, I was reeling from another bout of ghoulish nightmares, but I tried to hide my discomfort when I saw Lily was already sitting outside my office. She waited wordlessly as I unlocked the door and ripped down another notice from the mayor's office. I motioned for her to step inside, seemingly afraid of what I might say. She finally worked up the courage to ask, "So, what did you find?" "Well, I've got some good news. Farnsworth might still be alive. Not sure about Beast, but something unnatural was at play. Might be right to worry about monsters. Found a spell's mark. I think this is the most reasonable conclusion. Something unnatural was at play." "Unnatural? How do you mean?" "Spell's mark. Rarely seen these days, but unmistakable." "What does that mean? What about Reggie? Do you know where he might be?" "I found his footprints. Seems like he got out safely. There were signs he was at the scene, but slipped away." My tone was indifferent towards her as I turned and grabbed a bottle from the desk drawer. Dryness in my throat made it difficult to swallow my meds. "But you don't know where he went? Do you think the news this morning is related?" "And what news is that?" "You haven't heard?" "No, I'm a raging alcoholic. I barely have time to go and dispose of all my empty bottles. I certainly don't have time to go to the news agents." "Yeah, but maybe you should tell me." "No, rough night, followed by a rough morning. I mean, it's accurate. They found the police chief's wife dead down by the docks. They say it happened last night. Let me guess, Chief Amato is missing too." My face may have betrayed a hint of satisfaction as she confirmed my suspicion. I mean, it's not a very difficult pattern to notice, is it? But it faded quickly. Amato was an awful cop and an awful chief. He was half the reason I left the force, but now his wife was dead. I had more questions than I did yesterday. The gears in my head started to spin, which hadn't been helped by the splitting pain in my temples. I told Lily I needed time to work, and she left, slightly dejected, wanting more answers than I could provide. That night, after the cops had cleared out the docks, I would slip down to see what I could uncover concerning Mrs. Amato's untimely demise. The cold air smelled strongly of salt and oil. Could it be a mermaid murdered her? Or possibly it smells of salt and oil because we're at the docks and it's probably full of old ships. That smell again, like someone had bottled pure arousal and used it as perfume. It hit me like a long-forgotten memory, but the sensual fume soon gave way to a rush of adrenaline. I knew exactly what the scent reminded me of, and that scared me more than not knowing. I looked down at my hands. The nightmares. The headaches. No, I was better now. Reformed. I had to focus, no jumping to conclusions. Follow the evidence. Red Phoenix cigarettes. Some awful brand I smoke every day. Everyone's got their vice. There. Just there. The smallest piece of purple fabric, torn and caught in the splinter of a board. The police report didn't say anything about Mrs. Amato wearing purple, and it was certainly a quality you wouldn't expect down here. Don't see too many high society types flaunting royal purple threads. I pulled out my own pack of reds and lit up. I could already feel another headache coming on, but looking out over the waves seemed to help me forget. The cold helped me push down the uncomfortable thoughts that had been bubbling to the top of my brain. I honestly don't remember the walk back to my office. Apparently I spent the night in my easy chair. The air from the docks lingered all over my clothes. It was still dark outside. No, I checked the clock. How long had I been out? Had I really slept through the entire next day? A newspaper was sitting under my door. As I stood to fetch it, I nearly fell over, as a wave of nausea hit me like a ton of bricks. I steadied myself and regained my composure. Before I even picked up the paper, I already read the headline. Breaking news, mayor missing, wife found dead. 2 cases in a coincidence. 3 is a pattern. The cops would have come asking questions soon. They know I had a history of antagonizing all the victims. I stumbled to my desk and slammed back 3 days' worth of inhibitor pills. I couldn't take any chances, and I had to investigate the scene to be sure. I threw on my jacket and went to the door. Lily caught me off guard on the other side. "Where are you off to? I've been trying to reach you all day." I've been busy. I'm off to visit Venita's crime scene. Okay, but we need to talk when you get back. Stay safe. She gave me a soft kiss on the cheek as I rushed off. Part of me wanted to stay and tell her that it would be okay, but that it would be a lie. The alley was located just behind the high-rise apartment where Mayor Vanetti and his wife lived. I could tell the police were spooked now. The crime scene was even sloppier than the last. It's even bothered to submit the trash into evidence. The trash? Why would they at least look through the dumpster? It seemed untouched. Nobody wanted to do the dirty work. But I know how to find the good stuff. It doesn't take long if you know what to look for. Lightweight bags usually mean someone was dumping documents. And if you're lucky, they didn't bother to shred them. Jackpot. Shell companies, shady stock trades, bribes. I knew Mayor Vanetti was crooked, but this was unbelievable. And there was more. Letters between Mayor Vanetti and Chief Amato, talking about me. How they were trying to get me shut down. They didn't like me snooping around the crime scenes all the time. And they weren't here to stop me snooping around this one. Vanetti's car. If he's still alive, why wouldn't he have left in his car? It didn't make any sense. I honestly wasn't too motivated to find him, but the stakes were too high, and my bet was edging towards the unthinkable. As I searched round for anything that might assuage my fears, I caught the scent once again. It overwhelmed my other senses with undulting pleasure. It was intoxicating. A weapon used on the weak-willed. A weapon I knew all too well, although it had been many years since I had used it. Was there another like me? Was I being framed? It wasn't possible. Was it? I was taking my inhibitors. I was reformed. But the nightmares, the headaches, the memory lapses, I couldn't even trust myself. I started walking back out of the alley, and something shiny caught my eye. A watch. Not just any watch, though. My watch. How long had my wrist been bare? Surely I had just dropped it when I first came into the alley. I checked the time just before I left the office, hadn't I? Or had I used the wall clock? I wasn't quite sure. I couldn't be sure of anything. So I ran. I don't know why I ran back to the office. The cops would probably have shown up any minute to knock the door down and cart me away. They would put it together before long. Maybe it was just for the best. For everyone, if I simply faced my own reflection. But Lily was still there, still waiting for me. What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. My own ghost came back to haunt me from the past. You're not making any sense, Jack. Come, sit down. You don't understand. You aren't safe around me. I took a good last look at her as I prepared to shove her out the door. I noticed she was wearing the same thing she had been when she first came to my office 3 days ago. A beautiful purple dress. Odd that I hadn't really noticed before. It made her seem out of place, out of time. And it was frayed around the edges, torn in places. My chair caught my fall as my knees failed me. It was you. You're the monster. The succubus. Oh, we are one and the same, you and I. We are both monsters. I'm simply more honest with myself. There's no such thing as reformation. Those pills you take only make you dull. Beasts like us should never suppress our true nature, as you have, Incubus. Those men were probably dead too now, I figured. She probably took them to her lair and harvested their seed. So you've done all this just to wake me up? You could say that, although it seemed enough just to have you doubt yourself. You believed you were still capable of such horrors, which means deep down, you probably are. You can't escape it. Now I need you to complete the deed. You took my watch, messed with my head. Oh, don't act like I didn't do you a favor. Those men hated you and wanted you gone. Now, they're gone. I mustered the strength to send again, moving casually to the window by the corner. She was right about one thing. I was dull, weak compared to her. If I refused and she attacked me, I was a dead man. I had to keep her talking. I've never met a succubus who seduces and kills women. Oh, please, such a 14th century stereotype. I don't discriminate when it comes to pleasures of the flesh. But I do still need an incubus like you to take the tainted seed I've harvested from those awful men and plant it among the fertile masses for me. I'm tired of draining my lovers just to survive. I'm ready to settle down and start a family. That maniacal laughter ensued. I positioned myself carefully, making sure she was looking in my direction. Sorry, but I'm not your guy. With a quick flick of my wrist, I whipped the old bedsheet off the corner mirror. Lily was blinded by her own reflection, sucked into the mirror with a painful, monstrous scream. Trapped. Shielding my own eyes, I pulled a revolver from my desk side drawer and aimed it at the mirror. And fired. Wow. I will certainly look into those two, my friends, because you have made something very, very enjoyable here. That was actually really fun. That was a very, very nice little story that, it didn't present itself as having anything to do with the supernatural or otherworldly or anything along those lines, but it built itself up very, very nicely and eased you into it in a very believable way with a really lovely music, very, very enjoyable music, and really nice animations on the little things that did move. I'm not convinced how much choice I had. I don't feel as if there could have been a different ending if I'd made different choices, but a little bit of choice would have been nice, but other than that, this was genuinely really fantastic. I really rather enjoyed this, so